I'm Dan Liska. I'm from Macedonia and Troop 575. In first grade, as soon as I could, I was in Cub Scouts. I got my Eagle in October and I had my Court of Honor in January.
Scouting in Northeast Ohio goes back over 100 years. We've always been a family serving organization, youth serving in families, and so what's exciting for us is that Scouting is growing again, Scouting's thriving. It is a big deal to become an Eagle Scout. It's one of the few things that young people start at an early age and sometimes work for 4, 6, 8 years. Becoming an Eagle Scout is something that you have to not only work at, but set goals and achieve them along the path.
The goal is to develop young men into the future leaders of our country. Swagelok's mission to develop leaders and the Boy Scouts' mission to develop leaders were very similar to each other, and that's why Swagelok started recognizing the young men who became Eagle Scouts who are interested in engineering by putting them through an Engineer for a Day program so they get an orientation, if you will, to what engineering is really like in the real world.
When the Scouts come in for their Engineer for a Day program, we do give them an overview of the company, and we talk about the tube fitting that we manufacture. We talk about the different markets that we get into, the oil and gas, the semiconductor, and what each one of those markets values.
We go through a bunch of different disciplines and talk about problem solving, and we talk about what an engineer does. We talk about strength of materials. We talk about manufacturability of product. We talk about design process and how that works and why we test and what we test. We'll actually do some material testing and break materials to see when they break, make some predictions and hypothesis, put a hypothesis together and see if that comes true.
They get a taste of what that world is like, the hands-on part of engineering is like. And then the other side, they get to see more the roles that are available in the design.
You end up with a very large breadth of engineering you can see all within one facility. My goal is that by the end of the day, you've seen enough different things on engineering, you're gonna have a better idea of, do I really want to do this?
The Boy Scouts, they're different. They're a little cut above the rest. They're always organized. It amazes me. They're organized. They already come with teamwork in mind. They hang together. They're paying attention. Every group I've had so far has been outstanding.
The Greater Cleveland Council came up with this idea of matching the Scout Up, the Eagle Scout Up, with a sponsor or a mentor in the business community.
The mentorship program that we find through the Eagle Scout program, adults working with young people, is really a hallmark of the program. It's what makes Scouting very special.
Our guys on our team, they're all sponsors and mentors, as well as we'll bring in other people from other areas and sit down and have people tell how their career paths went. What they started off doing, what they're doing now, why that changes, why that's okay, because no one ends up following the path they thought they were going to do when they were 18 years old.
I was eager to join in on that mentoring program. I could show an Eagle Scout what I do for Swagelok and to help them understand what it's like to be an engineer for such a top-end company.
You know, you don't have to be an Eagle Scout in order to mentor somebody else. The idea that you care about young folks and that you want to give them the insight as to what you do, I think means the world to them. There's great examples, especially at Swagelok, and it's a unique thing that's done here that really makes a pathway to future opportunities, which is what Scouting is about to begin with.
You know, Eagle Scouts are really, the reason they're a step above, the reason that they are desired is that you've proven at a young age that you can achieve.
Ultimately, it's about leadership. It's about character development and creating pathways for young people to become leaders. Scouting gives them the opportunity to practice and hone those skills.
Scouting prepares you for everything. Their motto is be prepared, whether it's just for like an emergency or if it's for like your entire life.
I have a 17-year-old son who has completed his Eagle project. To think of his personal growth from the time that he joined to now, and to see the glimpses of the man he's going to become, it makes me extremely proud of him. Sorry.
It's really cool to watch kids develop, and if we can just get them for a short period of time and teach them that there's a way to do things right, and honestly, it's a great thing you can give.